got the Gucci Mane versus Young JEEZY versus coming up. I think that's Thursday. Is y'all ready for it? Personally, if it comes to who gonna win, Gucci won already. It's Gucci. It's Guwop. It's the boogeyman. Gucci already got it sealed. Yes, I said it. Gucci already won. It been won a long time ago between me and you, if you know what I mean. So it is what it is, but it's gonna be interesting, I'm sure, nonetheless. I wonder if it's gonna be some violence. I would like to think, not want to hope or to think, but I would like to believe if we ever get into it and somebody die in the event of having a problem, then that's just gonna be a forever beef. You know what I mean? I know time heals all wounds, but if it's like I know that you did something specifically to me and aiming to hurt me or worse, then that's just what it's gonna be forever. I'ma always feel that way. So it's interesting that Gucci was able to move on and get past that and get to just the verses and the money from what it looked like. So I guess they back on that money. I guess money rules all. It ain't about the past or nothing no more. They moving forward. They about this bread, and that's what they focus on. Or you need the bread, so it's like, hey, that ain't putting no money in my pocket, holding on to no grudges that happened back in the day. So instead of holding on to some past grudges, he probably just like, hey, it's quarantine, I ain't got a lot of shows right now, let me get this bread. Hey, who can be mad at that? I can respect it, because I mean, you can't change the past, and we don't know the ins and outs of the story. It might have just been some young, dumb stuff, really, that shouldn't have happened. If it wasn't no real problem, beef, that shouldn't, you know what I mean? It might just be niggas being young and dumb, stupid. Kids, being kids, running with niggas, crew, you got games. Everybody in the crew, and y'all against this crew just because they ain't your crew, and then stuff happened. It could have been what happened. So then if that is the case and you get older, then it make you be like, you know what, that was childish. That was stupid, it was unfortunate. It shouldn't have happened. But nonetheless, it was childish. Then that'll let you be able to move on from something easier compared to if it was a serious altercation, like something like, hey, this person molested my sister or something like this. So it's gonna be a forever beef. I ended up killing one of their partners. And now we just beef forever. Like, that'd be different. That's a little more drastic compared to just some like kids beefing and then y'all get into it, somebody end up dead, shouldn't have happened. Kids gonna be kids, man. But I got my money on Gucci. Gucci got so many trap hits, it just don't make no sense. JEEZY got some songs, but JEEZY always kind of being mainstream in my opinion, not necessarily underground. Even though he trying to speak for the hood, he kind of still always been mainstream. Gucci been street. Gucci just got mainstream like within the last 5 years. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. It's gonna be interesting though. I might tune into it. I mean, I used to listen to so much Gucci and JEEZY anyways. It's just like, it's gonna be the same stuff I already heard. It ain't gonna be nothing. I don't know, we're gonna see what the vibe is. We're gonna see what the vibe is. Cause everybody watching at the same time and stuff, and people probably gonna be tweeting about it. Stuff like that, so I might tune into it. See what's going on. Who would y'all want to see in a versus? Like your own personal versus that if you was like, I want to see this person in a versus. Who would you choose? Me. Who would be a good versus? Ooh, I want to see 8 Ball and MJG versus Outkast. Simple as that. Ooh. Oh no, is that not 3 6 Mafia, 8 Ball, MJG? Can I conclude them? Dang, maybe that ain't fair. Nah, that ain't fair. 8 Ball, MJG against 8 Ball and MJG against. Dang, who can we put them up against? to be legit. I want to say, there's some legends. 8 Ball and MJG, there gotta be somebody from that time, but it ain't fair if I put them up against somebody from now. Damn, who y'all got? 8 Ball and MJG. That's hard. I can't think of nobody. Maybe Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Could that be a versus? Oh, get back to me. Let me know what you think in regards to who 8 Ball and MJG could versus. Could be Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. I ain't got nobody else right now. That makes sense. Hey, Donald Trump so scared to leave the White House, it's ridiculous. He a whole clown. He a buffoon-faced fish. Donald Trump knows that once he get out the White House, that the police is coming. They coming down on his head. They got several charges pending, waiting to hit him with it as soon as he get out the White House. I don't know why. So y'all really giving this dude time to figure out what he want to do? What if he pressed the big red button or whatever before we get out the house and say, you know what, if I'm going down, everybody going down. If he got that authority, what can he do to make everything even worse than it is right now before he get out the White House? And that's what we need to be paying attention to. Because I doubt he out there trying to help things. He already said he about to take the troops out of whatever they at. If the troops needed over there, then leave the troops. If they're not needed over there, then pull them out. But I don't see why that's a part of his focus right now in regards to him worrying about the troops. And he ain't worried about them prior. Now you taking and pulling the troops out for what? What you planning on doing before you get out of office is what I want to know. Because he can't possibly think that the troops going to be protection for him. I hope he ain't thinking that he going to pull some troops and protect himself from getting pulled out of office and serving the other term like Roosevelt did. They eliminated you serving more than 2 terms, so you ain't serving the second term because you lost. It wasn't, what is they saying? Fraud. It wasn't voter fraud. Any of that basically, it just wasn't. You lost the electoral. We always been against the electoral because we feel like they been unfair against us and unjust against us. So really, we ain't never support electoral college anyways. I still don't halfway really support electoral college, but I respect the fact that they got you out of the offices. They knew that anything was better than Trump right now. So let's go, baby. Come on, brother. Get on up, scoot on up out of there. Scoot yourself on up out of there. Put your hands together while you walking out. I'm sure they prefer you to do it to the back, but maybe they'll cuff you in the front while they escort you on where you're gonna be at. Because hey, it is what it is. You had one job to do. You had to come in here and make everything 100% better. But you didn't have to make things worse either. You attack people's character, you attack people personally, you physically hurt people. You caused plenty of people to die during the pandemic. So what do you expect? You want sympathy from people after you didn't give sympathy to people? You gave a $1,200 check one time in the last 9 months, and you feel like people was really gonna vote for you, brother? Get out of here, man. Wow, scooch. You would have had a better chance getting the office if you cut the checks beforehand, because all them broke people that love you, the insurance would have voted for you. But since you was like, nah, I ain't giving no money until after y'all put me in the White House. You got what you got. That's what you was supposed to get. I don't feel bad for it. If anybody do, then they're clown. Anybody feel like, and the people that support you feel like you make good business decisions. They're like, I don't want to lose no 30% in taxes. I ain't paying that much money. Listen, if you in that class where you getting charged 30% of taxes, then you got a lot of money to spell, trust, and believe that. Unfortunate that you having to do that, but it's necessary and vital and needed. The working class people out here busting their butt every day, all day, working overtime even, and not even seeing 20% of the fraction of what you have stored up and the money that you're making to where you complaining about 30%. Niggas complaining about 30% and they rich. Imagine that. Imagine having more than you need and more than you can ever ask for, and you complaining about having to help out, take care of the rest of the people in the world that will never reach their goal. Come on, man. All the slaves and people died not making a cent, just died working their whole life. Even black people that voted for them because y'all don't want to lose none of y'all money. Yeah, we understand it's a small fraction of it. You may feel like you shouldn't have to pay up all that money, but just think about it and look into the bigger picture. You straight. We ain't straight. You might not want to help everybody, but we're part of what's having to get help. We need it. Working class people need the help. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody asked to be broke. Hard work don't always make you wealthy and rich. It ain't about hard work. Most of the time it's about who you know, not what you know. It's about your connections, or your inheritance, or your family bloodline, who the family you're born into, things like that. A couple of y'all made it from the bottom, now you're there. A couple of y'all sold your soul to the devil to get what you got, because ain't no other way you would have got it. You don't know how you got it, but you know what you did to get it. And that's you, that's your choice. That's something many of us will never do. We're too humble. We stay prayed up. We got faith. God gonna take care of us. Don't ever think that you so necessary and needed that people will tolerate anything from you, that they'll put up with anything, your attitude, and let you treat them any kind of way because of what you got. Don't ever think that you're that important to the world that what you got rules over everything, because it ain't true. Everybody gonna die. It ain't a single person that was alive 200 years ago that's still alive today. Old, young, rich, poor, it ain't a single person that was alive 200 years ago that's still alive today. A regular person walking around. You know what I mean? No matter how much money they got or had. So you think about that. Treat people right. You know what I mean? You can't take this money with you. Of course, I know you want to be passing it on. You want it to go down the family tree, keep going on and on. But the family ain't always just blood either. So remember that too. We all family. So learn to treat each other as such and spread that love that you need to in every way that you can. Stop thinking so greedily and selfishly and thinking that it's always about what you got. What you got is something that you don't think about because you got it. But those that ain't on that level, of course they gonna think about it. It don't mean they ain't got no love for you, but that ain't gonna take away the problems that they got, which is problems that you don't have. Your problems is the fact that you feel like nobody got regular love for you when you got the ability to make them forget about the other situational problems they got so they can have time to process that they do got that love for you. But once they give you that love, after you give them something, you feel like, oh, I bought that love. And then always about you bought that love, it's about that you know this person got something going on. If you genuinely care about what their problem is, then spread that love to them. Don't mean they don't care about you. Everybody ain't gonna mean you no good. But you miss opportunities on the ones that do mean you so good by treating everybody the same. Think about it. Don't let one person that cross you mean that everybody's gonna cross you. That was that one person that crossed you. Don't hold it against everybody. Yeah. Twitter got the new stories on there. That's interesting. I don't really care for it. Snapchat got stories. That's the same thing, Snapchat. Instagram got it. I think Facebook got stories. Now Twitter got stories. Twitter just need to stay Twitter. If you change too much, you mess up the algorithm. You mess up what's going on. Ain't nobody gonna be scrolling all the way to the top of their Twitter page. First of all, that's where the stories are, all the way at the top. Then you see the stories, the little circles, and you can click on it and watch the story. Personally, I prefer to scroll down the timeline and see what I see and be like, oh, that caught my interest, other than scrolling through people's stories. Like, let me see what their story is. Say leave that for Snapchat and leave that for Instagram and Facebook. I do not want it on Twitter. It's gonna be wasted. They're probably gonna get rid of it. If not, it's just gonna be wasted. Why did you implement it? Was it free? Was it easy for Twitter? Because Twitter be complaining like they might want to start charging all the stock prices dropping. Did the stories application adding stories is that costly to Twitter? How much money did y'all pay to add stories? Because we didn't ask y'all for stories. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's just what I'ma say on it. I love I like Twitter. You know what I mean? Y'all disrespected me by getting rid of one of my accounts over nothing. King Gabe Curtsy. So yeah. But I got my other account, Big Gabe. And I just ain't feeling stories so far. It's day one. I know it take time for stuff, you get used to stuff, but so far I just don't see the purpose of stories on Twitter. Like, who gonna really be looking at somebody's stories like that? Ugh. On Twitter, that's Instagram. That's just my opinion on that shit. Get rid of it. Bye-bye. Get rid of that and Donald Trump. Same category. I don't know what the hell Jack Dorsey going through. He going through, he's stressed. That man look like a caveman. CEO of Twitter looks like a whole wolf man right now. I don't know if he's going through an emotional, spiritual, or physical transformation, but sending you some good prayers and too, man, because I don't know what the hell you got going on. You need it. You need it. Appreciate the platform. Ending like this. Chilling in the tent. Yeah, we smoking on gas. Not unleaded, it's premium. You can tell by the scent. You can tell by the. Yeah, I'm about it. No, ain't no doubt about it. What you gonna do about it? If I want beef, I want the whole pig, not a piece. I want the bacon off the back at least. Alright, well, peace out. I might drop another little something later. But for now, I'm about to chill. Alligator. This has been another episode of Chilling with Big Gabe, South Carolina boy. You heard me.